Yeah, yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, just even on a superficial level, yeah, kind of being aware of your all, your flaws or your how much of your life story is luck, I think helps you to be compassionate towards others and to understand. And it seems like the opposite when you're taking credit for things or when you're uh, pretending certain things don't exist in your life or yourself. That's when you start to be kind of hateful or blame others and not be compassionate about them.
Yeah. Because ultimately those things that bother you, if we're talking about what you just said, like the things about yourself that bother you, they're real, they exist, they're there. They're not you. Your understanding of them is incorrect, but they are there. And so to say, well, they're not there, then they have to exist somewhere. Then we get into psychology, they get projected onto other people, we attack the other people, we make it their fault. And if we just get rid of those people, then our problem won't exist anymore, except the problem is we get rid of them and the problem is still there. So then we have to go find somebody else to get rid of. When ultimately it's if you can accept the truth of this unpleasant fact about yourself, which is a kind of suffering, a kind of dukkha, you don't have to project it on anybody else, but you can also examine it closely. You can examine your relationship to it experientially, subjectively in the moment.
Hmm.
You can feel what is going on. You can feel it as an experience that's running into your awareness, and you can get curious about what is actually happening there. And the more often you investigate that level of reality, the more often you have insight, which is what Buddhism is. Buddhist practice is designed to cultivate insight. It's to realize the truth about reality, and Buddhism would use that word truth as something inherent in reality prior to the split between subject and object, subjectivity and objectivity. In the West, we think truth is objective and subjectivity is false, is problematic, is diluted, is whatever. And but if you just sit with the actual experience of it, there isn't a separation between those two. So the fact that I can't easily walk through a wall, which is, an objective truth, the wall is solid. And the fact that I feel like I want to walk through that wall, you know, um,
All of that's real on some level.
all of that's real. The fact that I want to walk through the wall, like there's a drive there, there's something there. I don't quite understand what it is, but maybe I'm, in this story, I'm angry, like, I was smashed through the wall, right? Um, but if I really examine, oh, what is the truth of the wall? What is the truth of this feeling? I almost want to say, and this is kind of ridiculous, but I almost want to say, if I were to genuinely uncover a truth in me that I genuinely wanted to walk through that wall, maybe I could, you know, like, I don't think that's true. I don't think I would ever have that desire. I don't think that the reality of that would ever actually coalesce. But I think that to the extent that maybe in some new age writings they talk about that kind of a thing, I think of it, whether the person writing it means it this way or not, I still think it's a good pointer because it reminds us that the things that we are feeling, the things that we label as subjective still have an effect on the world. Um, and we discount that to our detriment